great. He's going to be apolitical here. And then we get Hockett. First of all, I knew Hockett was going to. I would have bet the house on Hockett beating Derek Lewis. Everything about that fight was mismatched and put Derek Lewis in a corner. You had a light, fast, combo throwing, stamina, crazy NFL talent who's 27 versus a 41-year-old who's always been a fat slobber knocker who has one move in his arsenal, and it's the hold B power punch. And he's always fat. He always has no cardio. And where are we fighting? A nice air conditioning arena? Is he about to come out of a 60-degree room where he's been chilling all day? No, it's hot as balls. We're literally in a swamp. It's high 70s, low 80s, high humidity. And he's got to like walk down some stairs to get to. He was sweating bullets in the back room. He was sweating bullets at the Lincoln Memorial press conference. And so when the fight started, I was not surprised at all. He beat the shit out of Derek Lewis, humiliated him. And then he had that moment on the microphone, which is, it's horrible what he said. And I don't like what he said. I wish he could have done something better. If you're brave, you got balls, say something about Epstein. But it did, they say no press is bad press or whatever. It really went bigger than the whole event. That little comment I saw on like the entertainment subreddit and on like the news and world news, like UFC fighters' disgusting tirade sends viewers vomiting from their screens or whatever. Like it became a bigger story than the whole event to some extent and went further than the event ever would have into little corners of the interwebs.
Dana White handled it really well. Oh, is it? Yeah, jump in? Yeah. Because he's like, listen, I don't police people. I don't like what he said. I think it's disgusting, but I believe in free speech. Now, you'd think that someone says that when it's convenient, but no, well, my argument was going to be Sean Strickland says, I don't want to be on this card. This is an Epstein reunion party that, and he just starts listing all the baby rapists or child rapists, to be fair, in the Trump administration. And, he didn't want any part of it. And Dana White didn't say anything about Strickland, although he was kind of banned from the event. So maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. He's not banned. He's just not allowed to come and he isn't invited.
Oh, my bad. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay, buddy. No, I agree with all that.
You take away the fact that he couldn't go to the event itself. He says stuff like that all the time. He has fighters on different political views who tweet constantly, and he never seems to silence any of them. So I don't think he's being hypocritical when he lets Hockett get away with it. He lets everyone get away with everything.
Yeah, and
they gotta let those guys pop off. Like, as you've said many times, Woody, like half of the fighting world is entertainment and ginning up that sort of energy. Like, you got to let them pop off.
Yeah, but like the difference is, and again, I wouldn't punish him anyway, other than to say, like, dude, I'm not going to do anything to you, but try not to do anything like that ever again. What the fuck is wrong? Just between us as dudes, don't do that. Like, forget I'm your boss right now. Don't do that. Like, he's for those who don't know, he was like Michelle Obama's man, like randomly in his like post-fight presser, like had nothing to do with anything.
Not presser. That was like in the ring.
In the ring
after he won.
Yeah, immediately.
Like on top of the cage, he yells that.
And nobody liked it. Like he didn't get a pop from the crowd. Like
no, everybody just kind of went.
Yeah, Michelle Obama's nice, and she didn't do anything. They don't know each other. I'm pretty sure. Him just popping off about that, talking shit about Obama's wife. Like,
it also doesn't make any sense. Like
if I were a little kid, though,
going after another fighter, like, he should be talking shit about Pereira, and he kind of did.
I'm coming for your belt.
Something like that, like talk shit about the next guy.
Your mama.
He did say that. Which I like,
you said it. It was on PKNs in case people didn't see it. So well, it's like the bar is so low that "I'm a chama your mama" is one of the better lines we've heard since Conor McGregor stopped fighting.
Yeah. The
My balls is hot.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Like all of these are none of these are witty, but they become ingrained in MMA culture. Who the fuck is that guy? Or
that's the worst. I hated that one.
Really? Who the fuck are you?
Because I have watched Conor McGregor talk about Stevens. I've watched Conor McGregor go down the entire list of every fighter, how much they weigh, how long their arms are, how hard he thinks they hit, and then to feign like, I don't know this guy, like he's not even on my radar. Fuck. I heard you describe the length of his arms 3 days prior because I follow this shit a lot.
He's running a bit.
Yes. And I always thought, who are you? Is the lamest, weakest, no material comeback in the history of ever. Every football player, every basketball player, and every fighter said, who is that guy? He's not on my level. It is what you say when your mind is fucking worthless and blank and punch too much. Who is that guy? I'll admit it went over well and people loved it. I thought it was a low creativity, don't know what to say moment. That's fucking nothing.
We're talking about a group of men whose cumulative IQ is averaging probably 75.
A lot of real dummies.
Right.
One of my favorites is when Connor and Nate are going back and forth on like ESPN or something by simulcast, and Connor says like, "Oh, you're skinny fat. You're gonna be like a fucking gazelle in there," and Nate's like, nobody even knows what a gazelle is.
What the fuck?
Nobody even knows what that is.
Yeah,
dude, that's a king response. Nobody even knows.
Conor McGregor got into this non-traditional movement type stuff. Obviously, he was training like a fighter trains, boom. But he didn't release that footage. Instead, what he would release is him like doing somersaults in the park and shit like that, walking on balance beams and like playing with children's playground stuff. And he had his movement coach like hit him with pool noodles, you know? And he's like, and Nate is like, I'm training to fight with the best boxers in the world, and you're playing touch butt in the park. That line, that was one of the better ones. And
when he was trying his like foray into politics for Ireland, do you remember that clip of him where it was some Irish lady that was like still wearing a mask in like 2024, and she was like, and he was like, "You're still in favor of the mask mandate? You know, I'm in favor of a mask mandate for you, you ugly bitch."
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I want to hear more from Hockett, but I think Chael Sonnen's the best talker in the history of the fighting.
Yeah, you should watch. So Hockett never rises to the peaks that Chael hits. It's just that in his general level of the volume of talking he does and the weirdness of it. I like that he has multiple characters. Chael never did that. Usually people have two characters. There's going to be like who you actually are. If we have like a heart to heart, like, hey, I'm sure you're aware his father died right after the fight, after he saw you beat his son. That must have been pretty emotional. I was like, yeah. You know, that's a horrible. There's the real you when we got to do that, and then there's the I'm the toughest guy in the whole world. There's that guy, whatever that shtick is going to be about how bad you are and about how you're going to do this, that, and the other. Hockett has like 3 or 4 weird fucking characters. There's Down Vato, who's like a Mexican, hey, cholo kind of guy, and then there's Darth Hockett or Darth Hawk, who's like a Sith from the Star Wars universe. He wears like a cape and cowl. And then
I'm waiting for my favorite one, Josh.
The Incredible Hawk. There's the Incredible Hawk, who's just like, that's the one who said that shit about Obama. Like the Incredible Hawk is the one who comes in and says mean, awful shit, like the stuff that you don't say out loud. The Incredible Hawk is the one who quickly came out and mentioned that Tuporia's wife was a stripper that left him, and like he had a baby with a stripper. Like that's the Incredible Hawk type shit.
And they're like 3 weight classes apart. They're never going to fight. He's just talking shit about
shit for the love of the game.
Wife for the love of the game. But isn't Josh his other character the one who like stutters and is insecure?
He's so insecure that he did at one of the press events. He bombs as a comedian on purpose, telling stupid jokes. And every time he's, oh, tough crowd. Come on, Josh, pull it together now. All right. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. Okay. And it has the same setup as the last joke. It's just a different punchline about sleeping with fat women. And he's just incredibly uncomfortable. He's always apologizing. I'm really sorry about the stuff that the Incredible Hawk said about you last time. You're actually my favorite fighter. I want to be you. I want to be like you, but I can't. I always fall short. Like he's this insecure, stuttering mess of a man as like Josh. As is like, and it's like this guy is putting on a fucking show every time the camera's on him. The rest of you knuckleheads work 25 minutes at a time tops. This guy is giving me hours worth of work. He's always entertaining me. I don't like most of it. I find it cringy, but I want it to happen because, like, be a guy, be a character, be something. Anytime you watch everything that we're into, everything that entertains us, for like these superhero shows, like every one of them has their little personality quirks. You don't like Superman just because he can fly. You like his personality. You don't like Spider-Man because he's a Spider-Man. You like him because he's a good guy with an interesting personality and like he's going to do a thing. Same with villains. Like if you're going to be a villain, then be an interesting villain. Don't just, oh yeah, I'm going to beat you up so bad your wife's not going to recognize you. That's actually not that bad. The bar's so low. The bar's so low.
Chael Sonnen used to talk about his media strategy, and I found it interesting. One, he was real life friends with some professional wrestlers, and they used to feed him lines, things he could say, and they would land. So that's cool. He'd be at a press conference, right? This is the one where they have like 6 champions and then maybe 3 of the most popular fighters in, you know, in like a sort of arena seating almost. And he would go into that like it was a competition. He's like, I want to get the most questions. I want to have the most airtime. I want to come out of this with the most buzz, right? The champions weren't competing. They were laughing at the Chael show. Mm-hmm. But he's like, this is how you build a career. This is an opportunity. Have some prepared lines, have some zingers, call somebody out. And then post-fight, he's like, as a fighter, there aren't many times when all the eyes are on you, but this is one of them. If you win your fight, that is when you start calling out the next guy and selling your next fight. If you sell that fight well, you'll have a good fighting career. And it's like, damn, yeah, most fighters, they think their job is the punches and the kicks. Chael thinks it's that and entertainment, and he knew better.
I think as much, you know, love him or hate him, with which a lot of people hate him. I think Conor did a really good job of that. It was more about like the pomp and circumstance and putting on a show. Like I know, you know, most people are not into MMA like any of us are, but everybody knows who Conor McGregor is. You know,
so Chael had lines and prepared poems and funny zingers off the cuff. Conor had aura, right? I think if you redo Conor lines like, you know, you're on steroids, touch button. No, that wasn't Nate, but like, who's that guy? His lines fucking suck. But him showing up in the fur coat,
like, doing the gorilla like walk.
I think it's called the billionaire strut. It's a Vince McMahon. He's like, it used to be Vince McMahon's. I stole it from him. It's mine now. And I'm like, fuck that. He's admitting to stealing someone else's bit, and he somehow comes off creative and badass and cool being a copycat because it's all aura. This guy had so much fucking aura about him. His lines were bad and his brain is lame, but his confidence and his aura seemed to be off the charts.
Well, yeah, it was, I guess, to go with the aura or whatever. It was like the I don't give a fuck about it energy or whatever. He'd be at a press conference leaning over, you know, with his sunglasses on or whatever. And everybody, like, or most people, you know, like Chael Sonnen excluded, most people prior to like took it so seriously. And it's like, well, we're going to go out there, we're going to give it 110%. Like, no, I want to hear you shit talk this guy. You're about to go, you know, punch each other in the face for, you know, 5 rounds. Like, let's hear some fucking fire.
I don't want to hear NHL style interviews from fighters because the NHL has the worst interviews of all time.